One way I have simplified my life is to have the boys' room filled with everything that is theirs. So not that long ago, we redid their room by changing out the 2 separate beds into bunk beds and then adding this long desk and shelf for them to put all of their stuff in, so we can store their toys in here. All of the craft items are in here now. Literally everything that has to do with my 2 older boys now is in their bedroom, which I find quite amazing because this is not a very large room, but it does make it a little bit crowded in here since we do have their toys and games and all of their school stuff, everything in here. So I do have to come in here once in a while and help them just do a really good tidy, and then I can vacuum and wipe down the counters. But most of the time they do keep it somewhat clean, although they do like to keep their projects out that they're working on, all their little Lego setup and their Lego city they like to do and play with. So I like to respect that and leave that out for them, but we do have to get it clean to a degree once in a while. When it comes to the bunk beds, I've also just accepted the fact that making these beds, do what you can. It's not easy. And I'm not going to pull them apart and make them perfectly every day. And the boys do what they can. And to me, I say good enough. The covers are pulled up and that's great. It's not like we live in a photo shoot. No one's seeing this room except for us. And then I'm wiping down this door because this door kept sticking. And over a month ago, my husband and his father were able to cut this down to fit better so it wasn't sticking anymore. We could shut it and open it easily, but I never wiped it down. So it had a lot of dust and debris left on it that I just completely forgot about. It's been such a disaster area in here lately. And by disaster, I mean they're just playing with all their Lego, which is great. I love it. I love when they play and can entertain themselves, which is why I don't interfere a whole bunch in this room. I just shut the door if I don't want to see the mess. But time to vacuum and actually clean in here. So we've just put everything away, and that way the floor is clear and I can do some cleaning. All of the cleaning and almost everything in this house has actually been on hold for quite a while now. And that is because we have all been sick. We're better now, but it was one after another of everybody getting sick. And later in this video, it will happen again and we'll have to rush off. But it was just a cold that hit every single one of us. And it was literally by the time one of us was getting slightly better, the next person would get it. So thank goodness we're finally over that now. But during those type of moments, I have to just put all of this on the back burner and get to it when I can, because the last thing you feel like doing when you're not feeling well is cleaning, tidying, organizing, anything like that. Not perfect, but definitely better. And that's just another reason why I like to keep my home clutter-free, minimal, and simplified, whatever the wording is that suits this more simplified, pared down version of a home. That is what I like to do, and I just find it makes it so much easier when I do want to get everything back in order. I can do it in no time at all, and I don't feel really annoyed or stressed by the extra things. Actually, the boys' room is really the only room where I feel we could pare down more, but again, that is not my stuff. And when you have kids, you know, sometimes they get attached to things and they just want to have their stuff. So we do go through it often, but I do find by having less clutter in our home and less decor, it just makes it a lot easier when I do want to reset our home and get it in order. I don't know what in the world happened to this towel. All I can imagine is that something like coffee spilled everywhere, and then, I don't know. One of the biggest ways that I feel reset with my home is when I do all the laundry. I try to do all the laundry in 1 or 2 days back to back because I just love the feeling of having everything clean, put away, and ready for the next week. So we did get a little behind on the laundry with everyone not feeling well. I was kind of just doing a load whenever we really needed something washed. And I just didn't have the energy to do all the laundry on 1 or 2 days. So this felt really good. And the next thing on my agenda of things to do that are rolling around in the back of my head is to start planning out Christmas. We are already towards the middle of November and I don't have any Christmas gifts bought for anybody, and I really need to get that going. I just want Christmas to be so simple this year. And one of the ways to do that, of course, is to plan ahead, but I find that we don't really need anything. So I'm having a real struggle with what to do for Christmas gifts. So I am going to be doing some research because obviously my boys are the only ones that I will be buying something for. We stopped doing Christmas presents for extended family a long time ago. Everyone just said, we don't need anything, so why waste the money and time and energy? We'll just all get together and have fun. And then my parents and we don't really exchange gifts either unless we find something that we know the person really needs or wants. Other than that, we just don't do it. Today is not going as planned. I was gonna make some banana bread right now, but Calvin said his ear's hurting, so we're probably going to take him to urgent care, hopefully get that dealt with, and then come back and still have time to make banana bread and do all the other things I wanted to do. We decided to go to urgent care because it was a Friday as I videoed this, and they were gonna shut obviously early, and then Saturday and Sunday, if you don't get in, you have to go to the ER. So we decided to take off, so I'm just doing this really quick. Same rotten bananas, but new day. We had to go to urgent care last night because everybody wasn't feeling good, and we didn't get home until like 8 o'clock last night. So everything was put on hold and transferred to today. So now it's the afternoon. I'm gonna make some banana bread as planned and chili for dinner, and hopefully finish up resetting this house. This is such an easy chili to make. I always default to this when I don't know what to make and I don't want to follow a recipe, so I think, chili. Starting by chopping up an onion, and then I'm going to chop up some carrots and then cook all that to start with some olive oil. And then I'm gonna add in a bunch of cans of beans because I'm lazy and I like to use cans. Whenever I chop up onion, it affects my eyes so much, so I always avoid using onion, but of course in chili, onion tastes delicious, so I decided to just go for it. Oh my gosh, my eyes. And I've recently started to add more vegetables into everything that I make. I sneak them in there, and I'm just chopping up some carrots really small so I can add those into the chili, and they taste great that way. I'm gonna add some olive oil. Oh my gosh, I shouldn't be allowed to cook. That just reminded me to put my apron on because I'm going to ruin my shirt. Let me get that started. I like to add in some pepper, some garlic, cumin, chili powder, vegetable broth. That looks good. Just dumped in the beans. I did black beans, chili beans, pinto beans, just every kind of bean that I had. Now I'm gonna add a little tiny bit of soy sauce for flavor and some maple syrup. Then I remembered I had 2 packages of chopped up cabbage, and so I decided to make some coleslaw. I had a dressing here that would have worked, but then I ran out. So I was able to make some makeshift dressing, even though I have a really good recipe for the dressing. I just didn't have any mayonnaise. That was the problem. And then I finally made the banana bread, and I decided to add some chocolate chips. I will link it down below because it's a really good recipe. The chili and banana bread turned out so good. It was such a great meal to have, especially when you're not feeling excellent, and it was really cold out, so it was just a great meal. And then I'm just continuing on with this laundry until I'm done. All right, so I'm the type of person who always thinks I can get way more done than I actually can get done in a day. But at least I was able to make a delicious meal that we enjoyed, and banana bread turned out great. I was able to, after I put the kids to bed, I was able to clean both bathrooms really quickly, just wipe them down and clean the obvious things like the sinks, the toilet, and that sort of thing. And now it is 8:20 and I'm just going to put these dishes away, clean these dishes up, and close the kitchen for the night. I'm also scheming a way to get a dishwasher in here, so we'll see how that works. I think that's gonna be a long-term plan. But speaking of plans, my goal this coming week is to plan out my Christmas holiday season. I have a planner that I made and I will link it down below. That's what I'm gonna be using to plan everything out and get it all organized. So by the time December 1st rolls around, I will be ready for Christmas and the holiday season. I rarely fold laundry while watching TV, but my husband Grant was watching TV and I thought I'm just gonna sit here, relax, and fold. Now the next day, this was a major project that I wanted to get done, and that was to pull down the bin of winter clothes, our snow clothes, and see what would fit and what will not fit and what we need. So I made a big list, and that way we could get organized. We just went through all the winter stuff and there are a few things that still fit, so good thing we kept it. And it's been passed down to the younger brother, a lot of the items. But I've just made a list of all the things that we need because our goal is to go to the snow this year. So I'm putting this stuff back in the hall closet for now until it really cools down or until we go to the snow. And then we're gonna look for some rain stuff because we're hitting that rainy weather. To close out this reset weekend, my mom and I went to Costco, and I'll just show you some of the stuff I like to buy in bulk from Costco. One is baby formula, it's super affordable there. Then I like to get my shampoo from there, and I like a different type of conditioner, but this is just the Kirkland shampoo. And then we use Sensodyne, so I like to bulk up on this because it's so affordable. I put the backup ones stored in our hall closet, but we go through this relatively fast and it's just cheaper to buy it in bulk. Then these French rolls are good in bulk, we go through those fast. My mom and I are going to split these organic black beans. This is a really good deal, so we like to get these. I love their organic protein, and this is such a good deal at Costco. A lot of the time this is on sale, so I love that. And then of course we like to get the French baguettes, 2-pack. Kids love that. And then we will bulk up on any vegetables we want to eat, as well as frozen blueberries and strawberries for our smoothies that we like to make. So this is a really good deal there. And I think that's it. My mom got some fresh blueberries and grapes. And this is what we've bulked up on. And then for the kids, there were a few warm things I wanted for Levi. We went by the secondhand kids store, so I found this warm sleep sack. I found a little puffer vest and a onesie. Wait, and then since it's getting cool here, I found some rain boots and winter boots for Calvin at the secondhand store, which was way cheaper than buying new. I couldn't find a secondhand jacket for Emmett, but he really needed a warm winter jacket, so I did find this at Costco, and I find their pricing to be way cheaper than most other stores. So this is how I finished out our reset weekend. Thank you so much for joining me today. Now I'll just be putting everything away, organizing it all, and getting ready for Monday. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye.